perfect. You're good there.
It's the Gamble on Ginter podcast. How we doing?
Good.
What's up?
Had a break, but we back.
Had a little break. I was in Atlanta for the week.
How
we
was it?
back.
How was it?
It was great. It was really cold, like 40 degrees.
Oh, so cold.
That's cold down here. Sorry, New Yorkers. I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all, especially nowadays. But Daniel, it's been a little bit. Started up Emano talk this week. How's it been?
Well, last week, but yeah, second episode just aired yesterday. It's been great. It's been great. A whole lot of love. It's been wild. There's a lot of moves. That's it. But
We make a move out
we're
here.
here, we're here for Gamble on Ginter.
Shout out to the Icon Network. Shout out Nothing But Facts.
Yep.
We out
The
here.
whole fam.
Ryan Gabriel joins us again.
What's up?
Ryan,
What's up?
how you
What's
doing?
up? I'm great. I'm so happy to be back.
So we've got a lot to talk about going up to this week. We've got a full week of NFL action going into this week. What is it? We're in week 13, 14? Fantasy playoffs
Yeah,
start.
we're getting close. Championship week, which
Yeah.
is week 16 or 17, I believe, is about 2 weeks away.
Any of you boys have any playoff teams?
Nope.
You only did one league this year.
I
I
did.
still
did.
find that weird. And you put no money this week.
No, I wasn't gonna put money this year with the pandemic.
Yeah.
It just wasn't worth it.
Sketchy.
Because and now look at everything that's been happening with all the players that wouldn't play, all the players that have been taken out of games last second that could have changed the fantasy game up.
It does make sense. I had Adam Thielen go into a big week, had the COVID, and it really kind of messed up everything for the team. But I do have a playoff team. I think I have
That
two.
you do?
Yeah, so I have a playoff team. But this year has been weird in fantasy football. So we're definitely going to get into the NFL games. Every NCAA football week, we do a parlay live on the show with everyone. Can't wait to get that done with you. Have you done any research? Amano's been hurt.
No, yeah, I haven't gambled in about 2 weeks.
Sometimes.
Why is that?
I needed to just get my normalcy back in life. There was too much pain, hurt, sorrow, distraught.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm. We'll do a caps lock as well today, and we'll debut our new segment, which will be was the Pick House.
Yeah.
So I literally came up with
Wait
it
till they
15
find out about
minutes
the
ago.
other
So
new segment.
wait for it. Well, we're not introducing it
We're
yet.
not.
We don't
We're
have
not
the
going
pieces.
to. We're not going to. But I'm just dropping that little
There's so
bomb out
many
there for the people that there's something in the works right now that
It's,
they don't
stay
even
tuned.
know. Yes, there's a lot in the works.
Stay tuned. So let's get right into it. This week we're not going to be doing Nostradamus, but I want to make sure that we're speaking about all the different NFL action. I felt like, with the Nostradamus segment, as much as Daniel Emano enjoyed doing it, he kind of lost confidence.
Quite a bit, a little bit.
Quite frankly, we've had some really, really good pickers on the show, and we want to make sure that you guys are getting the picks and everything that you need and deserve from this show. So we're going to give you analysis of each of the games that are coming up this week and give you an idea of where you should be betting, if you should be throwing money, if you're staying away. We will also be discussing plenty of over and unders today.
Yes,
So
we will.
me and Ryan have been absolutely obsessed with over unders recently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it started Sunday.
So yeah, we had a sort of thing that we do. So when I want to play Call of Duty with my boys, right? I send them like a FaceTime image of just my finger going like this, saying we're shooting, and I hang up the phone. So I took a screenshot of it, and then I sent it to Ryan one day when we were rooting for an over, so it was faced up.
We had the over in a game, and we were just talking about how we wanted the over to hit. And he sends me the picture cropped, edited, pointing up instead of in like this, where he sends us when we're going to play Call of Duty.
So and Ryan has been hitting all of his
Everything
so far.
since
Sunday
Sunday
night football, lock. Monday Night Football, lock.
No, Monday Night Footballs. We had two Monday Night
there
Football
were two
games. I had both of them. I hit Tuesday night with the Ravens game, and then I
the
hit
Ravens game.
last night.
Wait,
as
so
well.
you hit with the Washington Steelers game? Which
Yes.
part
Oh,
did you hit? The over under
He had Washington on the spread.
Washington's
And
plus.
I believe you had the under
to
as well.
cover?
Yeah.
He had the under.
What
And
was the
Washington
spread?
won.
Why do I feel like that was a double-digit spread?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
It was like 5.5
It was
or
7.5.
something like that.
No, then you knew something
was
was up in
7.5.
Vegas. Vegas knew something
No,
at that point.
honestly, nothing but facts. We had a conversation where we were noticing a lot of the money was favoring the Redskins in that game. A lot of people
Well, the
were moving
football
it,
team.
and then the Steelers kind of
The
bought it
football
down.
team.
Yeah, the football team.
I forget.
They got a good
Everyone's favorite team.
defense. They got a
Football
good
team.
defense. Alex
They
Smith is
do.
playing well. Ron Rivera is a great coach.
I mean, people forget that a lot of people put money on the back of Chase Young, to go in there and really revamp their defense to an extent.
And he has.
Yeah, it's not an easy job going into this organization that not only structurally as a football team is dismantled, but like obviously they are literally called the football team because they're even going through like social situations as well. So I think for him to go in there and him starting to make those turnarounds and taking out what is basically the best team right now in the league next to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing something good.
Mike Tomlin said it best, I think, when it comes to this particular situation. He went up to Chase Young after that game and says, I hope I'm never bad enough that I get an opportunity to draft someone like you. That's what he said to Chase Young as far as
such
an
a
impact player.
backhanded compliment.
It is.
It is,
That's
yeah.
such a backhanded
like,
compliment. And he's right because he's
right.
always
Because guess what?
good.
That guy is going to be interested in playing for Mike Tomlin
Always
when his contract.
good. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't play for Dan
Why
Snyder
wouldn't
that
you?
long.
Listen, but Ron Rivera, like,
He's done a great
He's-
job in his first year
he's-
over there.
a defensive head coach.
Takes chances, makes decisions offensively, trusts his offensive coordinators to kind of scheme and plot and do whatever they need to do. He takes control of the defense. But bet you believe when he says you're going for it, it's his call. It's
Yeah.
his play. And
Well,
it's
that was
likely
a-
going to be a run.
Speaking of calls, it's a good call by Ryan to pick that spread.
He's been balling on it.
It was great.
Honestly, he's been literally Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night,
Ask
Thursday
Pete.
night
Pete,
night football.
Pete faded
king.
me both games on Monday.
King. I am.
It was
I
great.
learned.
You tip your
I
hat to
learned.
the gentleman.
I learned, yes. So we got a big week of games coming up. The biggest game is actually, I think, down here. Man,
Oh, of course.
the Dolphins have their most important home game in how many years?
Easily the last 5 years.
Because-
Easily.
When was Chad Pennington our quarterback?
Oh God, that's almost closer to 10 years ago.
So not the season when they won like 6, 7 in a row with Tannehill
No.
and made the playoffs.
No.
Never thought for a second.
Nope.
This team is better than that.
If the Dolphins
Yes.
could somehow pull off that victory, that's going to be one of the craziest things in Dolphins history. Or at least since I've been born.
The only difference is their defense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The turnaround from one year to the next.
Were there
is
any suspensions
mind-blowing.
though from last week's fights?
I don't.
Because
I don't
Devontae
think so.
Devontae Parker was kicked out the game. Xavier Howard was kicked out the
I
game.
don't think
Those
there
are
was-
probably your two most key
I don't,
players.
I don't
right
think
there.
there was any
On either side of the ball.
suspensions. I think they got kicked out of the game, and that was it.
Yeah, because I think they
Do you
saw that.
understand? You got to understand the situation, though. By the way, we haven't gotten a chance to talk about all that. There's been so much that went on with that guy who ran down hit him not once but twice on punt returns early.
Oh yeah, the cleanest spear I have ever seen since Goldberg back in like '97.
Oh, Jesus!
Easy.
It was Jakeem. It was like Goldberg.
Jakeem Grant's ribs were
was-
screaming in agony.
It was literally Goldberg spearing Spike Dudley. That's what
Yeah.
it looked like.
Yeah, literally.
It was unfair. Poor Jakeem Grant. But yeah. Devontae Parker took and went into his face, and Xavier Howard got thrown out. Him and Tyler Boyd, they were pushing. They were
Yes.
shoving each other.
It was
out of
just an
bounds.
intense matchup.
If
but
anything, it should be a 15-yard penalty for both teams, offset, and just replay the down. Down counts.
yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah,
Maybe
the-
give them each one of their 2 strikes.
I'll justify the Devontae Parker one because someone got in the face of like Brian Flores when he went over there to like say something, and then they threw the punch at Devontae Parker, and he just reacted, and I think he accidentally had hit another coach or something like that.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
It got ugly fast.
It got
did.
really ugly. I mean, you were watching the red zone, so they were probably
Yeah.
weren't. No, but it was a kick return that came, punt return, and the guy literally speared him.
Yeah, and I'm
Goldberg
talking about like
Spike Dudley
like
style.
like I am
And it was the
trying to
second-
fuck you up.
And it was the second time he did that throughout the
Wow.
game. And this guy was on the bench during the entire thing. He ran to the bench. Dude ran to the bench, completely screwed up. Like, it's the second time. Like, is this personal? Or are you doing this on purpose? It has to come across your mind. It's honestly like an MLB pitcher with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball hitting you right in your ribs. It's got to be similar.
Yeah. Couldn't even imagine.
It's the same amount of disrespect.
At full speed and on a punt return sort of situation. Now, Jakeem Grant's got to call fair catch eventually.
I will say this, though, since we're talking about the Dolphins. They're only a 7-point spread on the Chiefs.
So they're Chiefs are -7 going into Hard Rock Stadium. We started talking about, hey, don't forget about this Canes game that's going on. Literally less than 24 hours before the start of this game.
Is that also here?
First of all, I
don't
don't understand.
Play at 3:30 tomorrow.
I don't understand how this
Saturday.
is not flexed to 4:25. I don't get it.
Yeah, by the time people hear this, they'll be playing today.
Perfect 4:25 game. You get Mahomes versus the Dolphins. I mean,
that's an exciting matchup. I
will
can't
say
wait to
this.
see Mahomes against the Dolphins defense.
Over under at 50.5.
Over.
I think this is a game that could hit the over because I think this will just be a straight shootout.
However,
here's the thing: what stops the Chiefs from scoring 40 points in a game? A good run game.
Being able to run the ball on the other side.
What can't the Dolphins do?
As good as Xavier Howard's been this season, he is not keeping up with Tyreek Hill.
No one is.
I know. No one. That's what I'm saying.
And no one's guarding.
I'm telling
Travis
you,
Kelce.
he's going.
You got to keep someone way out there just to cover
It's a
him.
pick your poison kind of system. Are you going to get absolutely destroyed by Kelce on the interior, or are you going to let Tyreek Hill take you over the top? I guess Kelce going over the middle. It's like little glass shards going at your heart. Tyreek Hill is just a hammer over the back of the head.
I think if you give him enough cushion, Tyreek Hill, if you give him enough cushion to run around and think he's free, but you really just keep someone like as a guard on him, like just like keeping an eye on him, it'll really help the situation out because they're going to probably make mistakes that way. And then when it goes to someone like Travis Kelce in the middle, if you actually play like more hardcore defense in the middle and a little more close up, just in case they try to switch it up with the run or something like that, I think the Dolphins could actually do something.
See, I think the Chiefs will try to, and the one thing the Dolphins do have with both their two cornerbacks is they've got people that they can put one-on-one in a certain situation and feel a little bit better. Now, they haven't played these monsters.
Right. We're banking on the Dolphins defense doing this against the best offense we've ever seen.
And the
football.
fastest receiver in the league.
And the only thing unknown about the Chiefs is what is their running back situation going to be like? Because Edwards-Helaire, I think it's because he lost weight. He was kind of like throwing up a lot. He wasn't practicing throughout the week. You just don't let him play that game, and you kind of give him the starting job when he was done because Le'Veon Bell did nothing to earn it.
No, but again, if Edwards-Helaire doesn't play, it's not a big deal.
He's a rookie.
It's not a big deal.
A lot of people think like, oh, okay, like he's supposed to come in automatically.
You're gonna have to.
Great.
I mean, the Dolphins are a really, really good pass defense, and they've caused a turnover in their last 17 games.
Yeah, but when's the last time Patrick Mahomes has thrown an interception?
It's a good 2 weeks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And how many interceptions has he thrown in the last 8 games?
Is he gonna?
I'm saying,
I understand he's the greatest.
Balling.
He's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. He could easily do that. But if there's a team he's going to do it, it's a team who plays the pass defense like the Dolphins, and they've been susceptible to the run game.
Yeah.
So the way you're going to beat the Dolphins in this game is you're going to be able to completely own the clock, score at your own will against this Dolphins team.
And
Gotta
Tua
keep that
hasn't
defense
shown
on the
that
field.
he can do that yet.
That's the biggest key is you're going to see what do the drives look like with Tua because again, Tua too many 3 and outs.
There's too many conservative play calls with Tua behind center.
Too many. You don't use the clock. Your defense is out there throughout the game. They can't continue to do that.
Listen, with
and
the
expect
Chiefs,
to win, especially against the Chiefs.
With the Chiefs are going to put up points. We all know that. But then the Dolphins are going to have to take the ball away and score on defense or special teams.
There's going to be a special teams touchdown in this game. What is the odds on that?
Tua's going to have to ball. Tua's going to have to drive on the Chiefs up and down the field all day long.
Absolutely. So that was a lot of Dolphins Chiefs and a lot of good coverage. So what do you guys got in this game? Because I know everyone's going to kind of sprinkle up a little money line for the Dolphins, but I like the Chiefs. Under. I like the Chiefs and I love the over.
I'd rather stick with the over under and I would go with the over.
You know what?
In the end, to play with the Chiefs, you're gonna have to have a consistent run game, and you got to keep the the ball out of the hand of Patrick Mahomes. If you're not doing that, then you have to score throwing the ball with Patrick Mahomes. That is not. That's not a good. That's not a good tool.
The couple
for
things I think of is
50
this.
points.
This is the couple things I think of real quick is that Mahomes has only thrown 2 interceptions.
Two
out of 12
receptions
games,
all
2
year.
interceptions all year. He's thrown
Phenomenal.
31 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the MVP. It's
Like
not. It's not close at this
It's
point.
not even
No,
close.
Aaron Rodgers is making an incredibly strong case.
He is, but it's
He's
like
not
when you look
31
at
and 2.
when you look at the numbers, I think the only
he has 36 touchdowns. But don't quote me on that.
I think the only reason you look at Aaron Rodgers making a case is because of the fact that no one anticipated the Packers to be where they are right now.
Also,
Like
there's
that,
a
they're
lot
at
of
least
people
like the
around
way they've been
Mahomes.
winning games and like scratching and clawing in certain games and like in pure Aaron Rodgers style, like he's actually coming around and looking like his old self.
Yeah, I mean, they were an 11-win team last year, though. They weren't scrubs last year.
Yeah. But they also weren't Super Bowl champions. So when you come back as a Super Bowl
You're right.
champion and let alone you pretty much keep the same team and probably just get better, people anticipate like, all right, well, you're just going to win this again.
Right.
So when you have Patrick Mahomes playing like this, it's like, oh, well, this is what was expected of you.
This is.
You're not as valuable as you were last year, if not equal.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So the other interesting 1:00 game I want to switch over because it's also in Florida. This is actually a proverbial must-win for both teams, I think. When you just look at the record, the Vikings at 6-6 go into Tampa Bay to play the Tom Brady Buccaneers.
Listen, Taysom Hill and the Saints are pulling away from the Bucs.
Taysom Hill's actually doing
I think
solid.
The NFC, no. The NFC South is done. Like, it's the Saints.
Over the last 3 years, every game that Drew Brees hasn't played in, the Saints have won.
Yeah.
So real
I'm not
quick,
saying he's invaluable, but they're winning without him.
real quick to touch up on what Ryan said. Aaron Rodgers does have 36 touchdowns. He has 4 interceptions.
Oof.
So
That is a good season.
it is
can't
a
lie.
great season. But Mahomes, let me just like break it down like this, right?
His
team's
team's
the best
way
team.
better.
Completion
His
percentage.
team's way better.
Completion percentage 68.3%. Aaron Rodgers is at, as soon as it loads up here, Aaron Rodgers is at 68.9. Not much of a difference there. Yards. Patrick Mahomes 3,815. Aaron Rodgers is at 3,395.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds right.
Then touchdowns, that's where Aaron Rodgers has him is at 36
36,
touchdowns,
still
and then
31.
Pat is at 31. But then the interceptions 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pat still makes a strong case.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most talented player in the NFL.
After this game, he's going to be at over 4,000 yards unless the Dolphins pull off some miracle where they just shut down everybody.
No, he's going to have over 200.
I
Yeah.
retract my statement when I say it wasn't even close with Mahomes. It's close. It's still Mahomes.
It's still Mahomes, but yeah, not
So
you
thank-
do
I
bring
can
up
agree.
a valid point.
Thank you for breaking into for just some MVP.
Yeah, just so we
analysis
know,
there.
because you never know what people
Yeah,
want to
break-
bet on.
break
As far
it.
Hey, you can bet on the futures.
yeah,
That's
you
correct.
can. I think
What is
Mahomes right now is like at minus 600, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked, he was
Holy
at minus
shit.
600.
In between games, give me the number. Give me the actual number for that.
I'll check right now.
So we got the Buccaneers at home minus 6.5. Ryan puked when he heard about this line.
who are they playing?
The Vikings.
The
This-
Vikings?
See, would have listened if you didn't break into MVP talk.
Hey, I was just trying to help you.
Real quick.
All right, I was just trying to help.
That was not quick.
There's a disclaimer. Pete texted me this line today, and he's like, I'm thinking about taking the Bucks, and I was like, I have no idea. The
Tom
Bucs
Brady off
haven't
a
beat-
loss and a bye week.
The Bucks haven't beat anybody of significance, and
Is the
even-
Vikings a team
I
of
was gonna
significance?
say, even if they win this game, that still might be true.
So, I mean, Tampa Bay allows 74 rush yards per game. That is the fewest in the NFL. And what do the Minnesota Vikings do
They
well?
need
They
to run the ball.
football. They run the football because they have an absolute beast back there. Why wouldn't you?
Dalvin
Again.
Cook, who's favored to, or not favored, but who's in the running for MVP at
Vi-
plus 10,000.
The Vikings are weak against good pass defenses. And whether like it or not, Brady still runs a good offense.
He does.
Like, it hasn't been
And-
efficient. There's been more turnovers recently, and the Vikings corners have played better. It's a big number, but I do think being in Tampa Bay this time of year in December is going to favor Tampa Bay. And what they do good, which is stop the run. It's not play the pass. The Chiefs absolutely expose that.
Right.
They can't play the pass like that. And then you're putting the ball in Kirk Cousins' hands, or is it Tom Brady's hands at the end of the day? Tom Brady off a loss is historically great.
I'm taking Tom.
It's an interesting game. That's for certain. Jalen Hurts makes his first start, and I
can't wait.
Have a rare prop bet.
Shout out my boy Specs, because he, before the draft, said that Jalen Hurts was going to be a top 3 round pick. I thought he was crazy. Dude went in the 2nd round. Now look at him starting. I'm very excited.
He
looked
solid.
good.
Yeah.
He looked good. I'm not saying he was great,
I
but
think
like
a lot
he
of it
at least
was
energized that offense.
I think the Packers were surprised that he came on and gave them just an energy boost to get back into that game.
He made a couple of really good throws.
In one official start, he turned Carson Wentz into the most expensive backup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in this game you got
Trade him.
You got the over-under at 42.5, and the Saints are 7-point dogs on the road in Philadelphia. I mean, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be very much control the clock, Saints football kind of thing. And can Jalen Hurts, what's his biggest criticism? It's his passing. Can he continue to march the ball down the field against a really, really good Saints defense who's been carrying them? It's why they may be the best team in the NFC is because their defense is so good, and it's not talked about enough. They have a shutdown corner and Marshawn Lattimore, who, I mean, there's no one for the Eagles to really cover.
I was going to say, who is he covering?
Jalen Reagor? I don't know who
Doesn't
their
matter.
one is. Is it
Give
Greg
me
Ward
anybody.
Jr., Travis Fulgham, Alshon Jeffrey's corpse?
Is he like still in one piece? Or
Oh, no. Mr. Fragile.
Alshon.
Yes, he shipped express.
No, take the Saints in this game.
I really like the Saints as well. I think the under does. I have the prop.
I would take if there was a 1.5 point, like a 1.5 turnover prop for Jalen Hurts, take it. He's going to turn the ball over.
I also have this prop for you. I have Jalen Hurts under 211.5 yards, so under 211
like total yards or passing
yards. Passing yards under 211. That's minus 114.
I will take that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might take the under.
There's much better quarterbacks that have had less yards. That is my prop that I'm
telling you right now. If he throws, that means they're behind early. I think the Saints, what they do is they blow you out, but over time.
Methodically.
They wear you down. Latavius Murray, they have 12 to 15-yard drives. Taysom Hill is so hard to bring down.
There's going to be 3 different running backs. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 different rushers that are going to have 10 carries or more.
Yeah. Starting with Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
How about that Washington football team? They get to play the 49ers this week. This is a must-win for Washington. And we haven't even talked about their counterparts either, the New York Giants, who Ryan is in love with.
I love them. I've been on the bandwagon.
It's crazy how they've been playing better since Saquon Barkley is out.
I mean, he's been out.
Wayne Gallman has been an RB1 in fantasy.
He's been amazing.
He has been an absolute phenomenon. Kyler Murray has kind of trending the other way. It's Arizona minus 2.5. This was a scary line. It was the same line that we thought was great against New England. I'm scared of this. Minus 2.5.
Kyler struggled against New England's defense.
We got
the
some
Giants
doggies.
are much better. The Giants are much better.
They got more to play for. The Cardinals, it's a must-win for both teams.
I would argue the Giants' offense is better than the Patriots' offense.
And the funny thing is, the Giants at 5-7 need to win this game less than the Cardinals at 6-6, based on their divisions, because the Redskins are the same record, and I believe they have the tiebreaker.
Could you imagine if the Cardinals and Giants had the same record after this game? I never would have even thought that.
The football team or the Giants are going to have a home game in the playoffs. Because it's not the Eagles and it's not the Cowboys.
That division is so bad.
Listen. Over the last 5 or 6 weeks, the football team and the Giants have looked really good.
Those are two teams that are like, all right, they're
you
fine.
You could see where their potential lies, but that division is still atrocious.
I mean,
there's work that needs to be done.
The AFC team, they had to run in the Steelers, Browns, and Ravens this year. Those are 3 really good teams.
They're looking astronomically better than the Cowboys and the Eagles do right now.
The Giants with Colt McCoy just beat Seattle. That happened.
It did.
I bet Seattle. stupidly.
No, I love the Giants. I had the Giants that week. I had
for
a
you.
really, really good 425 segment. As good as you were, I'm the king of 425 games.
Yes.
Right. So 8:20 Sunday Night Football. Rye, this is your specialty.
Give it to me.
Rye, this is your specialty here.
Give it
You got
to
Buffalo
me.
minus 3 points.
That's it.
Minus 3 points.
That's it?
Josh Allen, your boy. Your boy, Josh Allen.
I keep hearing how the Steelers' defense is shut down.
One Daniel Emano called him Josh Flat Soda Allen.
Yo, I said that
5 weeks
one
ago.
time. Said that one time.
He did own up to it, and we kind of just made a
I'm
mockery
trying,
of it. But
I'm trying to get
he
you
owned
fired
up
up
to
here.
it.
I'm
Listen,
trying
I
to
don't
get you
need to
fired
get
up.
Fired up
Get
for
here.
this.
He doesn't need to get fired
gotta
up at
get
the
with me.
expense of others.
Listen,
Get with me on the Josh Allen hype train.
not only did I draft Josh Allen this year, I drafted Josh Allen last year.
Oh, no.
I've been on this bandwagon. He's really good. He's turned into something more than what I expected, but I'm reaping the benefits. That's my quarterback.
The 11-1 Steelers. It's hard to think of them as underdogs at any point in the season, but here they are against Buffalo of all teams.
The Steelers just as easily could be 7-6, 7-5.
I see a secret over here. At 48 points, there's some rain in the forecast. I see a secret over, but we'll see. We'll see how bad it is in December.
Listen.
You got no Devin Bush.
It's going to be 43 degrees. Yeah, no Devin Bush.
That's a beautiful day in Orchard Park. 43 degrees.
43 degrees and raining, though.
Oh, beautiful day.
Beautiful.
They'll take it.
It's a beautiful...
That's Buffalo.
It's a beautiful
December
Buffalo winter
weather.
day. I'm going to take Josh Allen to run down the Steelers. However, Buffalo is going to take... I'm taking the points, minus 3. Under 48 points.
Under 48 points.
Under 48
Okay.
points. I don't think the Steelers are going to be playing their third game in 12 days. They looked bad in their second game. I don't think that they're going to... I mean, they scored 17 points early, and that was it. They scored 0 points in the second half. They looked flat. They looked exhausted.
We need an alarm here because it seems that the public is completely like 90% on the over right now. And the over has gone up. Just half a point.
To hear it.
I'm loving it. I do love that. I do love that undercall. Again, this is the Sunday Night King. And then Monday night as well. Night game. If it's played at night, Rise got you. Ravens, Browns.
Baltimore by
Ravens,
2.5.
Over under 47. Cleveland, Ohio. You know how crappy the weather has been this season.
37 degrees and sunny, though. Sunny. It's going to be nighttime.
We don't know. This is what it's projected right now.
Correct.
This is different. Cleveland is different.
As it stands right now.
Baltimore is minus 2.5 going into this game. That would upset Trill. If I told him he was a 2.5 point favorite against Cleveland, that's how what they think of Lamar Jackson.
You don't even want to think of that shit right now.
I need to ask him. Tell him to call in. I want his opinion on that.
Man,
he's working right now, I'm pretty sure.
the Browns can run the ball. The Browns can flat out run the ball. The Ravens have a really good defense. But
I mean, if it is a bad weather game, I think the Browns have played in it a little bit more, but I feel like the Ravens game is more a test to it. It seems like the Cleveland Browns have been in just prove it game after prove it game after prove it game.
And they're doing it.
And they've been doing it unless it's been the Steelers and the Ravens this season. So what do those teams know? And does the trend continue? Because I think the Browns are better. I think they are a legitimate playoff team and could be a contender
The Browns,
if it wasn't for the Chiefs.
The Browns have gotten better since the last time they played the Ravens.
To continue to improve, Jarvis Landry continues to play his best football all season, and he's a lightning rod when he gets going.
Oh, he has had his best 2 games of the season in back-to-back weeks.
And
Didn't have a touchdown going.
I'm glad he's finally catching momentum.
It's great.
And it's good to see, Lamar get that win against the Cowboys where, it was a disrespectful spread on them, I thought, minus 8.5.
Yeah.
It was disrespectful to a team that we thought was the best offense we've ever seen just a year ago. It's crazy how quickly defensive coaches can read that style and be able to pick out a pan to stop it.
I think it was crazy. I think it was crazy how they upgraded in defensive end and signed Des Bryant with that same team that was still doing great earlier on in the season and then just kind of like plateaued.
For sure, dude. So that's a look at all the NFL action going on this week. If you like any of our content, make sure to like and subscribe us on YouTube. Follow us, Gamble on Ginter, Twitter, and Instagram. And right now, we're going to get you going for your college football morning and get you some games.
Let's do it.
So we're going to get a nice little fun parlay going together here. We always do it for fun.
My phone out.
For college football. Again, for anyone who's doing this, please, $5, $10. We're not asking for much, but it's some good money. It's some good money.
You'll win some money with $5. Turn it into an easy 80, 90, $250 sometimes.
No, so there's a lot of different action going on, and again, you hit we're gonna have fun with it, but again, it's gonna be $5, $10. Right. I do not recommend putting a lot on it. We will have that pick. We will have that max bet pick for you. That's coming up in 15, 30 minutes. But for now, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about a little college football, which the playoffs are starting to show up. So we're thinking Clemson, Notre Dame winner is in. If Ohio State wins the Big Ten championship, they should probably be in. They're top 4 team in college football, despite only playing 6 games.
I would agree with you, but it's going to be tough to put them in over a team like Texas A&M that's played 11 games.
I think you said Coastal Carolina wrong.
Where's the rope?
I mean,
I asked you to hold it.
The mic cable's kind of like a rope.
I asked for a rope.
Look, man, do I look like I'm a cowboy or something that I carry lassos around and shit?
You should if you continue. I got rope at my house. Should have brought it. My bad. Maybe I'll give you some more rope. But
he asked me for a rope. Only to say that he had rope the entire fucking time.
I didn't have rope. That was a bluff.
What a piece of shit.
And now he wants to retract his statement.
It's a bluff.
Fake news.
Fake news, sad. Anyway, very interesting week. Alabama is one of those teams. I think they're in no matter what. I think if they lose to Florida, they should still be in the playoff.
Absolutely.
They've proven that they're one of the top 4 teams.
But
everyone wants to see them play.
But if Florida beats Alabama in the SEC championship, Florida has to be in over Ohio State.
So Arkansas's, you're getting 32. It's 32.5. There's not even an option to bet Arkansas. However, if you want to bet Arkansas to win, that is plus 1,300. So
don't do it.
I don't suggest it. But that over definitely looks delicious. What do you think? It's 68. Do you think Arkansas can stop anything that Alabama is doing? That's a lot of points.
No, I don't. But 68 is a lot of points.
So if you wanted to add it, maybe we'll add it to a different one where we buy it down a little bit.
Yeah, I would rather stay away
those
from
are
that
big
game.
numbers, and that's a solid one. I definitely want to stay away from that. Again,
you know what game I do love?
Mm-hmm.
And the line has moved significantly.
I'm listening. I'm here.
Nevada, San Jose State.
That's tonight.
That's tonight?
That's tonight. So if you guys don't know, we're usually live today. We're typing on Friday night. So
Nevada
we'll be able to see if this hits well before.
Nevada was +2. They are now -2.
We can always take it out if. All right. So I know that quarterback for Nevada I really like.
Really good.
I really like the quarterback for Nevada. I forget his name. The last name Strong. I don't know.
Connor?
So that's -1.5. So let's take that out of the parlay that we're doing for the morning, though.
Yeah.
No
Nevada. But I just saw that.
Think about that for a second. We got Georgia, Missouri. This is actually one of the 2 ranked matchups. Missouri is ranked. Number 25 in the nation.
Yeah, it's a 13.5 point spread in favor of Georgia.
So the over-under is 54.5. Missouri's got a decent offense.
Georgia's got a great defense.
Got a great defense, though. Now, if anything can be shown, it's that they can be exposed by a good passing game, which I think Mizzou definitely possesses. But Georgia is, it should have been is a top 10 team. They have to prove it against a team like Missouri. I don't know. It could be close. Georgia may not have anything to play for. What do they have to play for? A good bowl game?
I mean, I don't think that's how they're thinking. They're still the number 9 team in the nation.
But 13.5 points, I think it's enough to scare me.
I would consider the under.
You would consider the under there?
Yeah,
at
Georgia's
54.5?
a very under team, especially if they're the team that's controlling the ball and winning, and which is what we all expect to happen. We expect Georgia to win. They're 54.5 points is expecting Missouri to put up a good amount of points, or Georgia to put up a good amount of points on Missouri.
Usually with good defenses and an offense like Missouri's, that good defense usually outweighs it, and then that offense has to look for new ways to score, which with college football is usually not a good thing.
Right.
Here's a trend that I'm seeing for a lot of games is 14. Illinois Northwestern is a 14-point spread. Michigan State Penn State is 14.5. By the way, you're giving 14.5 points to Penn State. When was that earned?
I mean, Michigan
when
State's
is that
bad.
earned?
Penn State's bad too.
But
Coastal
14.5
Carolina
points,
is a
it's a huge
13.5 point spread.
Take it.
So, all right, we'll start there. That's the easiest one. Thank you. I don't care. It's 13.5, Coastal Carolina. That's what we're going to throw on there. Keep betting against that if you want. They keep winning. Eventually, they'll lose.
It's Troy. Troy's also very bad.
It's Troy.
You also didn't want to listen when we said BYU wasn't going to beat him.
I mean, buy it up to 20. Do what you need to do. All right, and
You said buy it up to 20.
They're trying to get a top 10 seed this year.
Yeah.
If they put a hurting on Troy, it's going to be hard to keep him out.
so 13.5. So we'll start there. Don't buy anything. Just that's if they're thinking letdown game. That's the only reason I would think that spread is not so bad because Troy is bad. I don't care where the game's being played.
Whoa, can I make a suggestion for another game?
Yes, and this is what this is for.
Wisconsin, Iowa. In Iowa. Iowa at home is a
spread.
2-point underdog.
No, Iowa's the underdog. Yeah. Wisconsin's
So you want to have this as kind of like our big filler to have because I like Iowa money line on that game.
I mean, that's
Plus 115.
The safer bet is
The
plus
2.5.
to buy
And
it
we
up
could
to plus 3.
and probably one of the ones we'll probably do on the side, or one of the ones that we have for our premium pick program members. We'll probably buy that up a little, a little bit.
Right.
Again, there's good success rate on some of these big ones, and again, $5-10, and you're making good stuff. I'm not saying put $100
Right.
and just put.
We're giving you good
if
value.
If you got it, if it's like $100, no big deal. That's fine. It can turn into like 3,000.
Yeah.
So
Easy.
or if you have 5 and it can turn into 3,000 if we get crazy.
So you want to
It
take
won't.
Iowa money line or plus 2?
I mean, we could do less games if we do that, but
I
if
feel
you
like
think
if
the
you're-
safer one is -2.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you're taking plus 2, you may as well just take
let's
money
make it a
line
group
at that
decision.
point.
What do you think?
I would just go money line.
Money
at that
line.
point.
Yeah,
Get the better odds.
plus 115. Yeah, it's a filler. It's already at plus 302 with just those 2 games. So think about that. Coastal Carolina minus 13.5. Iowa money line, that's plus 302. North Carolina, Miami. That's probably the biggest game that we have this weekend. Miami is -3 at minus 115. The over is 69.5. That is a huge game. There's going to be so many points.
So
North
many
Carolina
points.
does not play defense. Not at all. North Carolina does not play defense. And Miami has looked great. There is some speculation that De'Aaron King should be one of these Heisman finalists based on his performance this year.
Yeah.
I'd love to see his numbers. There's people calling for it. They're mainly UM fans. But
Can you blame him?
yeah, I can't really blame
He
them.
has been solid.
Trask
has he
is
been?
probably making a better case than De'Aaron King and
Oh, no,
Heisman.
Ed,
I was gonna say
Kyle
it's a little
Tra-
more.
let there be no mistake. Right now, the front runner is Kyle Trask. I'm just saying in the 4th or 5th Heisman candidate, De'Aaron King. Is there 4 or
He's
5
at least
more important?
considered.
His team's a top 10 team,
He's at least considered.
and Miami lost their best defensive player. He opted out. Like, you're seeing what LSU does without their best players. Miami has some of their best players sitting out.
I mean, give him a participation trophy at that point, I guess.
What do you mean a participation trophy? So -3 in this game. I like it at that -3. I don't.
You like the -3?
I like Miami a lot, but I think the money line at -145 has a lot of value.
So do I. That's what I would have.
So I'm probably going to throw a -145 on there. We got it up to +579 right now, and that's 3 games in.
Yeah, looking good. And I feel very good about all these picks so
and I'm
far.
feeling really good. So one of the games I want to talk about, it's the best game this weekend. It's going to be Navy Army. I've said that about 5 games that they're going to be the best game. Little caveat for this game. It's at 37.5. It's never been this low. It's gone under 18 of the last 18 years. So take that with what you will.
It hasn't gone over in 18 years.
It hasn't gone over in 18 years. You have to be, and to bet this under, just saying, to bet this under, you hate life.
Yeah.
You subject yourself to watching a 37.5-point football game.
I
That is
won't
on
watch.
you.
I won't watch.
That is on you. If you want to go after that and you got a hot tip that 18 out of 18 years, it's going to be death. You're just going to be hoping no one scores
moves the ball
ever. No excite. Just it. They go out. They knee it 4 times. That's basically what these teams do.
And then just start a fucking bonfire.
I will say
Kumbaya style.
Army -7.5 going into this game. It usually is a lot more of a blowout than a close game in the past years, and it's kind of switched. It used to be Navy for like 10 years, and now it seems like Army's the better team. But again, it's a spectacle. It's on CBS. It's a great broadcast every year. It's fun to get some action on. I would say just single bet it and go with who you want.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, it's an honor to the troops of this country.
Salute.
So
keep it
yeah,
moving.
we're not gonna
Keep it
have
moving.
Ooh, something just caught my eye.
Let me hear it.
Now, is Tua's brother healthy? That's my question. Because they're getting -7 against Rutgers. Rutgers is terrible. And it's at even odds.
The over-under's at 58.5.
58.5 for this game. And Rutgers is not good.
Maryland was playing very well early in the year.
And it's -7. I don't feel like that's enough. But then again, I got burnt on Maryland basketball, so now I'm mad.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I don't know. Even odds, that just caught my eye. You got Utah, Colorado, +1 for Colorado at home. So, the home doggy ranked versus an unranked opponent.
Utah's defense is really good, but Colorado's ranked.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's an interesting one. I'd love to see the stats on like what those are.
Colorado money line is at even right now.
Yep. Dead even.
Dead even. So, if you wanted to add, just for the sake of it, right? So, we wanted to add Maryland at that even and Colorado at that even.
Why don't we just take Colorado even and Maryland money line?
I agree with that. -235. So
Which isn't
better
going
odds.
to kill the odds that much.
No, I agree.
It's just a safer bet.
It is safer. I do like.
And
It's
look at
just
those odds.
the even odds are just attacking me. And Colorado at even odds there, I really like that too. Western Michigan, Ball State, pick 'em. No, thank you. Buffalo -32.5. The over under is 58.5 for this game.
What is the over under for Patterson's rushing yards in this game? Is it like
Do they have prop bets for college kids
is it
like that?
285?
I gotta check it out. I don't know if they have just alternate lines for that. But
4.5 touchdowns.
Which game one more time so I could double check?
the Buffalo Akron game. I'm asking you to go in. I don't think there would be props for this.
You're probably right.
I see some prop bets.
It's just for like race to 20, first team to score, things like that. Like it. I think you gotta have rights to these kids to be able to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Florida State Duke game? Florida State at home.
I was
against
looking
Duke,
at that and
-3.5.
Duke is the dog.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like.
God,
Duke
they're
to
both
take
bad.
that.
They're
They
really
are both
bad.
bad.
They're both really bad. That's why I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, but Duke will put up points when they play teams like Florida State.
I just saw them put nothing up against Miami, so it's hard.
Yeah,
for
but
me
you're
to kinda
comparing
look at that.
FSU to Miami right now.
Yeah,
I love this Oklahoma State Baylor game.
yeah. You like Oklahoma State? What are they at?
I mean, it's -200 on the money line, but it's a -5 spread.
It's a -5 spread, and you're saying it's minus It's plus, or no, it's minus 200 for the money line. So you want to go Oklahoma State money line?
I think I do.
Yep. That's wonderful.
Ooh. Pete, we were talking about this one earlier too, and I think this should be the last one. USC, UCLA. In UCLA. It's not much of an away game for USC either.
What do you think about the 170 on the money
That's
line?
what I was thinking, minus 170 on the money line. USC's 15th ranked this year. I don't think UCLA has been close all year.
Nope.
And what are we looking at for that? Because I like all of those picks. 4,500 on those odds.
So let's give it. So we got the 5 and 10. So we're gonna put 5 in. So you put $5 on that, and we're feeling confident about these 7 picks. 5 for $225 right there. If you do 10,
that's about solid.
you do 10, that's $451. You're getting a lot of money line. You're getting a lot of value. The only spread you're doing is Coastal Carolina.
And that's for the brand.
That's
us
it.
Shout
saying
out
take the
the
rope.
Shout out the
Chanticleers.
brand. Hold the rope. Like, just do it. Like, you've been
It's
losing
Troy.
money
They're
betting
terrible.
against them. You're betting on a fallback, and just stop. Like, they're good. They beat a really good team. You gave them plus 10. They shoved it in your face. Right now, I think if Florida gets the last spot, they should give it to Coastal Carolina. That's who we want to see go for the championship.
Coastal.
We want to see the
Make a
underdog.
run.
We want to see the underdog. Listen to the general public. I'm telling you this as a Florida fan. I would rather see Coastal Carolina in the final rather than Florida. Kyle Trask has done enough. He needs to go to the NFL.
They're the Cinderella story.
But give me all of that. Last game that I could think about real quick. Any interest in the Auburn-Mississippi State game? Auburn minus 6.5 on the road. I always try to get you guys on a late Auburn game.
I don't like Auburn.
I don't like the game.
Very good. So we got that one. $10, $451.
That's what I'm putting in.
Yep. So
Lock me in.
lock me in.
You know what?
Speaking of locks,
I have 70 cents. So I'm going to throw 70 cents in there as well. A little $10, 70 cents.
70 cents. A little change. Sprinkle a little change on there.
Okay, here we go. To win 483.
Speaking of locks, it's that time.
Oh, boy.
It's time for Caps Lock. Now, the only one who will be doing a hat will be us, but I open Emano and Ryan to have your locks of the week.
Who wants to go first?
You started off.
Mono.
I'll go first.
You go second. Ryan,
I'll go.
you go first.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to be honest. I don't love any
The line
of
is
the
barren
games this week.
The line is barren. We went over a lot of the games in the NFL segment if you just joined us, and the lines are really different, but there are some hidden gems in there.
I mentioned this before the show. One of the games that I like, I don't know. I feel the most confident about it, but that's not saying much. Bengals Cowboys in Cincinnati. We have the Cowboys as -3 favorites on the road, and that's who I'm riding with.
You're riding Cowboys minus 3.5.
I think this offense is too talented. Even with the banged up offensive line, I think this offense is too talented. Yes, Andy Dalton is their quarterback, but he's going back to Cincinnati for the first time.
Revenge game. Got to take that into account.
Ryan Finley's going to be the starting quarterback. The Bengals
Cowboys
defense
can rush
is
the passer
terrible.
a little bit.
The Bengals defense is terrible. I think the Cowboys will win by a field goal. That is my cap lock of the week.
The Cowboys?
Cowboys -3 on the road.
Emano.
Okay. Looking through these here, there's a lot of good games. Honestly, there's a lot of decent games to pick from. But if I had to choose one as my lock of the week, I think I'm sticking with the over from the Chiefs-Dolphins game.
You like the 50.5? That's gonna be your over?
I think that's just my lock right there. Is just like looking at that.
I really like that bet. I
Love
really
it.
do. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to stop the run game, or they're not going to be able to run the football.
If I were
At
to
all.
pick one based
I don't
on the
think so
spread, if I were to pick one based on the spread, in all honesty, my safest bet is taking the Texans over the Bears because Deshaun Watson's been on fire like
He
the
has
last like
been.
7 games, and I think he's gonna torch them.
Since Bill O'Brien's left, the offense is revitalized.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna just torch the shit out of the Bears. So yeah, I would take that as my spread bet, but my absolute lock is taking the over on the Dolphins Chiefs.
Love it.
So, we mentioned it earlier that Ryan owns all the night games, but at 4:25, you come to me. Now,
That's the
again,
witching hour for Pete.
the goal right here is to make sure, again, max bets, we want to make sure you're hitting on a profitable amount. We're saying 60% on these. That's our goal for a bunch of these. These are games that we're having I've come through, done the research on, and these should be your locks of the week. And so, at 4:25, we have probably not one of the national slated games. Probably a game you're going to be looking over, but it is fresh for the picking. And that is the Falcons-Chargers. We have Matt Ryan going into Los Angeles. Todd Gurley returning to Los Angeles. Think about revenge games.
Mhm.
Remember, we talked about that.
We did.
But he's
wrong
not,
Los Angeles
I was
team.
gonna say completely wrong team.
I don't even know if those stadiums are even remotely close to each other.
Pretty much. I mean, they're about the same. No, they are in the same stadium now. So you have essence of, well, not the Rams. Okay. So you've taken that out. So it's not necessarily a revenge game.
Right.
But back in LA,
Back in LA.
that's where he's done his best work. And he's going to be back. Raheem Morris says he's going to get a bigger role this week. And quite frankly, Julio Jones is going to be out for this game. Now, it's a big loss. The Falcons just had to put their young receiver, Zacharias, on IR. So they got Russell Gage, and they still got Calvin Ridley. They're playing an absolutely putrid Chargers pass defense.
Terrible.
But the difference, the X factor in this game, Justin Herbert. Which Justin Herbert will we see?
If the Falcons can get to him, make him uncomfortable in the pocket, there's no, I mean, obviously they're not going to blow him out 45-0 because that was unheard of with the Patriots last week. But if you can get to him, make him uncomfortable, it's going to be a long game for him.
Yeah. And the other factor is, for the Falcons, the offensive line. They may be out 2 starting offensive linemen. And Joey Bosa is not friendly to those
Nope.
who are backup linemen. So there's definitely some things to think about in this game. But right now, we've got Falcons-Chargers. And I'm going to give you the spread winner for this game. I can tell you right now, what we're going to see is the Falcons defense show up.
I was gonna say you should probably take the headset off first.
Yes.
And be able to turn over the ball 2 or 3 times going into this game.
Whew. Little prop bet.
I mean, I've seen the Falcons defense play better. They are not as bad as they've played. The Chargers are as bad as they play, and they are poorly managed.
The Falcons have played much better team defense since Raheem Morris has taken
Anthony
over
Lynn,
as head coach. He
seems like a nice guy, but
He's
the
so
way
bad.
he controlled the final minutes of the game last week should have been a fireable offense. What's the game? The week
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago where we watched him, and
Who
that was fireable.
it? Was it the Colts? Who were they playing?
No, it was. They were down. I don't know what they were.
I don't
doing.
even remember who it was.
They were running the football. It was just so bad. It looks so bad. And the thing is, Justin Herbert looks great.
He does.
He looks great. So it's tough in this situation, but I think Ridley has a huge game with the absence of Julio Jones. I think Gurley gets a touchdown. I think he finds a way into the end zone in this game. I think it is probably going to be a tighter overtime game, and I don't trust any of these teams to win, so why not the Falcons, who are playing better?
Let's do it.
So
I'm making
that's my
another
lock.
parlay with those 3 locks.
I'm telling you right now, that's my lock. Atlanta Falcons -1. Right now it's at -1. It continues to drop. Falcons are getting some of the money, but it continues to drop that line. It's a little scary, but you know what? I can't. You can't go with the Chargers in this spot.
You can't. They've given you no reason to trust them.
If you're just going like quarterbacks and, Joey Bosa, then okay. But the Falcons have been much better over the past few games.
Yeah.
So, what's your lock? Send it over. Again, if you send in a picture wearing the hat, right? Listen to me. If you're wearing the team that wins during the week, you could be possibly in a chance to get a free year in the Discord chat.
A free year?
Premium.
You mean
Premium?
Oh, we upgraded it to
Oh,
a
I'm
year
saying
now?
year. I'm saying year. I'm letting it be known. If you want to be in the Discord chat, first one on there, you can win a year.
We're in there every week.
You have the opportunity if you send us a picture with the team that is supposed to win.
Hashtag caps
your
lock.
lock. Hashtag caps lock. Send us in a picture. If they win, you have a chance at that point to get a free year.
Nice.
And if you don't have that opportunity, then just DM us and we'll get you started on a plan that works for you. So I'm really feeling confident. We've got a parlay going for 7 team. We've got UFC coming. Is there any good fights this week? You're the guy.
UFC 256 tomorrow night.
So we got some UFC going on. I'm sure. We'll be live with Ryan with some of his picks. Maybe we can get you some of your post game analysis in between fights.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I'll give you access. I'll give you access to Twitter account. You can do that. Again, make sure to give us a follow on Gamble on Ginter. Instagram, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. For all of you who continue to watch us from Twitter, thank you. Your support is helping our show bundles, and we're going to continue to push better content and better shows for you guys going forward. And good luck in your bets this week. I hope you guys, from my co-hosts, Ryan Gabriel, Daniel Emano, we'll see you next week.
Take it easy, people.